All right, folks, let's turn up on a Tuesday. It's 7/11/2023, about 7 a.m. here on the West Coast. Really a pleasure to bring this update to you guys here today. We got a lot to cover: current events, cryptocurrency, and the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. But I did want to say this, guys. My DMs are flooded right now. We just had so many new people sign up to join our Discord group. And if you're looking to get tapped in with a community of like-minded individuals who are going to be investing, we got some big deals going down over there. And I can't speak on these deals. I can't speak on the information publicly. But the momentum behind our community is just absolutely massive. I feel so blessed. And we are truly bringing opportunities that are not available anywhere else. Literally. I'm not just saying that. But like I said, I can't speak on the details of the deals that we're doing. That's the value that we have going down in the Discord group. We're talking about the real estate. We're talking about private equity. We're talking about a few other things. And so feel free to join us over at my website, ZachRector.com. With that being said, let's get this party started, folks. So 30,420 for Bitcoin, 1868 for Ethereum, and XRP at 47 cents. Taking a look at the sticks, you did see that Bitcoin did a little spike up yesterday above 31K for a brief moment in time, and then back down here to that 30,400 level. We'll be watching that one closely. Now we got to start off this one, another session where we're going to start off with General Mike Flynn. He's retweeting Jim Jordan, who is complaining about the FBI withholding documents from Congress, all the shenanigans that the FBI's been up to. And General Mike Flynn just retweets him and he says, "Hey, Jim Jordan, quit tweeting and start impeaching. Start with President of the United States." Gotta love it. And that is the energy that I have. You know, it's all truth revealed. Republicans, Democrat. You got Republicans like Jim Jordan, who was supposed to be the strong conservative watchdog cop on the beat. These guys haven't gotten anything done as far as holding these guys accountable. We've had a couple hearings, we brought in a couple witnesses, and we put out tweets. We have to start impeaching. We have to start, deeper investigations. We have to take this further. Putting out a tweet is just getting started, right? And I'm about to show you guys here later in this session the power of our tweets, the power of the XRP community, and just how far we are reaching, because we are reaching all the way up to Congress. I'll show you guys that one here in a second. Now, in regards to the real estate asset class, we continue to talk about how so many great deals are about to be coming online, and it's because real estate has to reset. The 30-year mortgage rate has hit a new decade high at 7.38%, up 23 basis points since last week. Folks, this is truly incredible, and Nick Gurley shares this on the commercial real estate front. Commercial real estate crash is happening. Values for office, retail, and apartment buildings are already down 11%. Morgan Stanley thinks values could crash 40% when all is said and done. Big problem for the U.S. economy. So just remember that. You have different segments of real estate, and not all markets are created equal. So when I say a real estate crash is happening, more broadly speaking, generally speaking, I'm talking about, 60, 70% crash in price in San Francisco commercial real estate. I'm talking about, 75% office space crashes taking place in every major city across this country. Now, in the Midwest, we're just chugging along. We're doing just fine. And our market is still going up because, folks are leaving the liberal sanctuary states in California, Washington, New York, and they're moving to Nashville, and they're moving to other states here in the Midwest. And so some of you guys are still moving up rapidly, actually, right? So not all markets are created equal, but broadly speaking, generally speaking, we are starting to see significant pullbacks. Technically, we have reached a crash in some segments, and we have reached a crash in some markets, and it's only going to get worse from here if we get a couple more interest rate hikes. See, they want 2 more interest rate hikes. We've already reached a level that we haven't seen in 20-something years. So the real estate reset is here, and we are definitely going to take advantage of that. Like I said, can't talk about the deals publicly, but in our Discord group, that's where we go through. Folks can bring up their deals, we talk about our deals, and we figure out how to take advantage of the real estate reset that is currently underway. Now, more issues with Binance. This one today. Binance is saying that they don't have enough native Bitcoin Cash to cover withdrawals, but the Bitcoin Cash on the Binance Smart Chain, where they tell you to withdraw, is supposed to be backed one-to-one by native Bitcoin Cash on Binance. Should be impossible for this to be out of sync. And so Binance admits that they don't have enough Bitcoin Cash to cover the withdrawals. More issues, and this is why we just say stay safe, folks. You know, all of your long-term holdings should already be off exchanges. If you're keeping some on the exchange, you know, maybe it's because you're getting ready to sell, you got your limit order set, whatever that case may be. But right now we're just seeing issues continue for Binance. We covered how Tether depegged. We covered how Bitcoin was trading under 27,000, Ethereum trading under 1,700. And so there's been an arbitrage opportunity. Even USDC depegged down to about 88 cents as well with Tether. Serious issues. They're not done. Stay safe out there, folks. Okay. Now we continue on with a prediction on gold and silver that is exciting. We got Kitco here sharing this one. They did an interview with Contrarian macro advisor Dave H. Contrarian is bullish on gold and silver. He tells Michelle McCory that gold will hit $3,000 an ounce and silver $60 an ounce by the end of summer. Let's listen in on his investment thesis and why he thinks gold is going to $3,000 and silver to $60 per ounce. That's what I'm talking about.
What does gold do during this rally phase, David?
In terms of gold and silver, I'm very bullish. I think they've obviously been disappointing and they've taken their time coming, but they have bottomed and they've had a secondary correction. And I think they're about to emerge from that secondary correction here. And ultimately, probably will top out after the index, after the equity indexes, but not that far after, and still be early in the bust or pre-bust. My targets are gold to 3,000 pre-bust and silver to 60 pre-bust. So again, big moves.
That is what we are talking about, and that's just getting started too, right? And we understand the narratives there. The BRICS summit, are they going to release the gold-backed reserve currency in August or not? We'll see. We'll find out. The narrative's already there. It's already building, and the supply-demand imbalance is already there as well, with a deficit of 230 million ounces of silver last year. So excuse me. What I was saying, folks, here is that we have an opportunity to front run with the smart money before the masses figure out what's taking place. And that's countries repatriating gold. That's countries backing their currencies by gold. And that is a supply-demand issue that's only getting worse for silver as solar demand takes more of that silver away, along with all the other additional utilities that silver is being used for as well. Now I move into our crypto update, folks, and this is what I'm talking about. This is absolutely massive. Republicans are asking the SEC DOJ to probe Prometheum's business dealings. So there you have it, folks. We have reached all the way to Congress. We look at this from Crypto Airy. The tiniest footnote can make an impact. Eleanor Terrett, this was my tweet to you. And so in a letter from Tommy Tuberville and Blaine Lukemeyer, you see that they actually cite this tweet from Crypto Airy. So the conversations that we are having on Twitter, particularly in the XRP army, and what we've exposed with ETHgate, now Prometheum, and everything that's been going down here, we are reaching the halls of Congress. Is anybody going to get held accountable? Not holding our breaths, but we got to continue pressing on. They are listening. They are watching, right? And if we make enough noise, folks, we will be heard. Okay. And so we got to continue to press on. Huge shout out to Crypto Airy, all the other Twitter sleuths. Like I said, the best in the game, in my opinion, has been Digital Asset Investor on putting this whole story together. His timeline that he's put together with all the other sleuths, which, you know, shout out to all the sleuths, all the folks that have been putting this work together. This has been a team effort. But as far as bringing it together, bringing it to the big screen and putting together the presentation, I think that Digital Asset Investor steals the show as the number one on putting this thing together. But Crypto Airy playing her part as well. And so we got to give credit where credit is due, folks. Continue the pressure. We are going to win this fight. We do have the truth on our side. And you know what it means for XRP as well on the other side of this thing. But in regards to Prometheum, guys, this is this is going deep. So we see this tweet here from Truth Labs. Sorry, folks. 7 a.m. in the morning, still clearing out my my vocals here. This guy, Truth Labs, Boring Sleuth on Twitter, shares a little bit of information on this, and he says, and I can't, verify this, but this is some of the speculation that's growing. He says, I just want you to know that you idolize and adopt the men who developed the social credit system built for China first and the rest of the globe. Are you too late? Do your begs even matter? They don't. The CCP will take what they want, like they do with dexes and sexes. And a little tweet here of Vitalik, just a weird dude. But he shares and retweets this. He says, it's critical that I drive home 2 points. CCP is ETH's biggest whale, masked behind Wangsheng and others. Wangsheng was perfectly positioned to wear the mask, headquartered in Chicago, tied into Biden and Bush, blockchain partnerships with MIT, IBM, UBS, Microsoft, and more. So, as we continue to say, folks, you have ties to Biden and Bush. This is both sides of the aisle that have been selling out the American people. And just think the implications of that, of the CCP being one of the largest whales of Ethereum, even if they're not the biggest, but just if they are part of the disguised whales that we've been talking about, the implications of that, the national security risk that, we have, and that many congressmen are finally just now discovering, right? We got to open this thing up. We got to open it wide open, right? And this can of worms has some interesting things going on in it. As we've been covering here in the community, we're finally reaching the mainstream, right? Eleanor Terrett, Charles Gasparino, Fox Business giving us a little bit of coverage. Forbes, Rosalind Layton giving us a little bit of coverage. And this is where I said, this whole time with even the red folder, right? Even with the red folder, I said, guys, this is so much bigger than just XRP. This is about protecting our assets against the government that has been weaponized against us and has been sold out to the CCP and other interests. So, that's what the red folder is about. It's not about a 50K buyback. It's about getting our country back. And the devil is in the details. They just keep getting exposed. Keep up the pressure, folks. We are reaching the halls of Congress. Now we continue on and hopefully get to hold somebody accountable. Now, John Dean is telling us to put away our tinfoil hats, guys. It's a bummer, but that's the report from John Dean. He says, so many people claiming something is strange because the Ripple decision is allegedly taking unusually long. Here are some facts to consider before putting your tinfoil hat on, jumping to conclusions. The Ripple and SEC reply briefs were filed in December, thus Judge Torres' decision is now at 7 months. Ripple isn't the only one waiting, however. In the Thor Equities case, also before Judge Torres, the reply briefs were also filed in December. Judge Torres hasn't ruled yet. In the New York District Carpenters Fund case, Judge Torres' summary judgment ruling took over 8 months from the reply briefs. Quiller Inc. USA took 7 months for Judge Torres' decision. The Fitzgerald case and several others I could name took 6 months for Judge Torres to rule. In short, although I and others believe that we would see a ruling before now, there are other cases and examples that have taken an equal amount of time. Judge Torres is likely aware of the magnitude of her decision. And now, we get the answer from David Schwartz himself. He says, I know waiting is annoying and we'd all love to have a ruling on summary judgment motions as soon as possible, but I wouldn't think anything was wrong, unusual, or strange until at least the end of September. Okay, so David's putting the September timeline into the play here. And so John Deaton says, I agree. On September 31st, Judge Torres would be placed on the 6-month naughty judge list for the first time, and her decision would be pending over 9 months. I didn't review every case she had, but I didn't find any that were longer than 9 months, although one was slightly longer than 8 months. So may September shine like gold, right? What's the saying? What's the riddle? What's the timeline? Folks, we are so dang close. So just keep your eyes on the prize and understand how quickly this thing moves, how violent the price action is going to be upon this taking place. And I've been one who's been saying for a long time here that I believe that the price action comes in before any announcement. When in the history of the world has the price action came after we get the big announcement, right? Never. The insiders know that there's folks that are going to be moving, and I think that you're going to see XRP price start to rip before this announcement comes out. So folks that try to wait for that announcement and then buy in, folks that have sold off their XRP and think that they're going to be able to buy back in later, I think they're going to be in some trouble. Now, we see another article, and this is the main point that we keep on driving home, is that all of this lawsuit, it's frustrating. It's been extended 2.5 years later, but it's not stopping the progress, and it's not stopping some of the biggest banks in the world from acknowledging the success of Ripple. Take a look here, folks. This is from the Daily Hodl. Bank of America says Ripple making waves in cross-border payments with blockchain. Bank of America says that Ripple is an example of a company that is making an impact with blockchain in its use case for cross-border payments. This was in a recent report where B of A analysts say Ripple is an exception to blockchain's relatively modest effect on international payment systems, particularly in the APAC region. So they're talking about the real impact that Ripple XRP is having, and then they're talking about in the APAC region how it's growing by presenting every digital option from consumer payments via QR codes on mobile devices to real-time corporate treasury and wholesale settlements to central bank digital currencies and crypto. APAC is heralding new opportunities for all stakeholders to finally abandon hard cash. Now, they do note in this report that many folks are choosing Swift GPI, and this has stalled out Ripple's, progress and success. But it is, obviously that worthy of noting that, they're caught in a lawsuit. So folks like B of A have said that they can't wait to use XRP on-demand liquidity after this lawsuit. How many other institutions are in the same boat? Yeah, they might be playing with Swift GPI now, but where this really goes and the advantages, right, extend much further than real-time messaging, and you still don't even have the settlement conducted, right? So we get messaging, we get settlement, we have 10 plus years of track record of no downtime, plus all the additional utility. So folks, this setup's so perfect because we haven't had NFTs. We haven't had all this utility on the XRP ledger, right? Until now. Now, right as we're about to allow all of the institutions to pour into crypto, and they're going to be looking for cryptos with clarity, now we're going to have all of the utility set up and ready to run. And they're implementing all these amendments to the XRP ledger in a way where they're running through lots of tests, stringent tests, to make sure that this isn't going to be a Solana that breaks down every week, right? This is going to be a program that actually works. And institutions like B of A have already let it slip that they can't wait to use on-demand liquidity XRP after the settlement. So just keep your eyes on the price, folks. We are getting close. And then I wanted to share this last one right here. It looks like Ripple did win an award. Anthony Welfare shares this. Working in the Ripple New York City office this week, and very pleased to see our first ever CBDC award awarded at the 2023 Digital Currency Conference for our advancement in digital currency best sustainability initiative. Ripple has a long history from inception of sustainability projects, and we are making sure the CBDC team continue to develop long-term solutions for our customers and partners. So there you have it. Best sustainability initiative from Ripple. So they're still winning awards, getting recognition from B of A. And here are a few sponsors from this event. It looks like we have Amazon Web Services. Let's take a look here. Sorry, folks. There we go. Visa, Amazon Web Services, Ademia, and FNA, FinTech Mexico, Fireblocks, and Ripple and Stellar. Okay. So in every single conference, in every single room, in every single business transaction that really matters and is moving, Ripple finds themselves talking to dozens of central banks, hundreds of banks and institutions already partnered, and some of the biggest banks in the world, including Bank of America, anxious to use XRP on-demand liquidity after this settlement takes place. So I've never been more excited. The timeline has been frustrating, but folks, we are here. And this is so much bigger than just XRP, like I said, with the red folder, right? This is about saving our country. So not only are we going to get clarity for XRP, we're going to get a level playing field for all of crypto, all of digital assets, and then we're going to expose the corruption that actually held this back, and God willing, hold these evil folks accountable for what they did. With that being said, if you guys appreciate the content, please make sure to smash the thumbs up. Make sure you've subscribed, hit that notification bell, and if you want to get tapped in with our community, it's over at my website, zachrector.com. God bless you all. We'll see you in the next one.